Hey everybody, Aaron here, and welcome back to another anime review. Today we look at episode 6 of Dive, which, holy shit, that was incredible. Wow, that was very, very impressive. I'm stunned. I really am stunned. You know, I'll say this, guys and girls. As many of you know, I want to say the first 4 episodes of this show have been kind of hit or miss with me. I have not really enjoyed it that much. I felt like it was a pain in the ass to even review because honestly, it just wasn't resonating with me. I had liked Free a lot. Obviously, I gave Free a very high score. It's because Free, to me, was, you know, a funny story. Yeah, okay, obviously, it's all dudes. There's only like 2 girls in the whole show. And, you know, it's geared towards a specific set of people. It's more so aimed at girls. But, you know, I liked it. I thought it was a good show for the most part. Dive felt like a copy of Free in many ways in the beginning, and it felt like a shitty copy in many ways. But I feel like episodes 5 and 6 have really begun to change the game, and not just by little small improvements here or there, but big, big improvements. So obviously this week's episode, we focus on Tomo. Really, he's like the big beginning part of the episode. Tomo has obviously kind of just hit a wall with the fact that he now knows his brother basically has been, you know, cheating on his girlfriend behind his back, essentially, and then admitted it flat out to his face. But here's the thing, though. As we learn from the coach, the female coach of the team, Tomo has basically been always sacrificing for something that he felt was important. In her story, she talks about how she always wanted to dive. She wanted to be in competition. She wanted to be first place. She wanted to have that goal. She wanted to feel what it would be like to be on the top of the podium. Unfortunately, she just did not have the skill to reach that. And one thing that was about her, though, is that she had the innate ability to teach. So her grandfather told her, hey, listen, you know, you have that ability, you have that talent, that you can teach your skills and pass it on to other students and other people to make them more competent divers. So she did that, and then, you know, the grandfather unfortunately died, but it gave her the drive to be this teacher. And, you know, what's funny is that I think she then realized that Tomo has potential. She feels it in him. She sees that he has these things called diamond eyes, which apparently let him see the platforms and let him see the entry point of what he has to do to make that perfect dive and make, you know, as little splash as possible. And she feels like that's going to be his saving grace, is that ability. But he has to want that. And clearly, from this week's episode, we now see Tomo is gearing himself toward that. Not only does he talk about how he realizes finally, he realizes he made sacrifices. And this is real life right here, folks. The concept of sacrificing for your actual, you know, love. If it's, you know, your love doesn't have to just be a person. It could be a sport or a competition or something that you really feel is something very close and dear to your heart. The problem with that is that a lot of things fall by the wayside. You know, when you're in a relationship with a person, for example, your friends might fall apart. Your other responsibilities might fall apart too, to some degree. And in terms of sports, you know, Tomo has always wanted to dive, and it's for him when he saw the diving platforms as that, you know, quote unquote dragon, which now seems a lot less corny when he explains it. He says he wanted to beat it. He wanted to conquer the dragon. And for him to do that, he sacrificed his friends, he sacrificed school, and inevitably sacrificed his girlfriend, who is now his ex-girlfriend. But he wanted to dive, and he wants to get better at that. So, you know, even when he says in the beginning, or even more so when the competition occurs, and he loses, unfortunately, he only gets 4th place, which is not bad. I mean, there was, you know, I think a dozen students there. He was 4th place. That's pretty good, especially for someone who's been 2 weeks not practicing, while these people have been practicing nonstop to get ready for this competition. You know, he shows that, hey, he wants it. He wants it from here on out, and now he's had a taste of what the competition feels like, and now knows what he wants in his heart. And you can see the smiles from not only Yoshiro, but the teacher who coaches him and stuff like that. You can see that they realize he's a whole different person. That's really going to be cool. That's going to be what's interesting about next week's episode and following episodes, is can we keep up this same momentum? Can we see Tomo completely change himself from kind of half-assing diving and now focusing on more of the sport itself? And also, you know, I want to throw in some mentions too. The one dude that looks like Kazuya from Tekken. I don't know if any of you guys play Tekken, but he looks like Kazuma from Tekken. Like, really, he does. You know, he made a perfect dive. He did a really good job. He had high points. He was in 2nd place in comparison to Yoshiro, who obviously won and got 1st place. But, you know, the coach was like, no, how could you? destroying your own skill. And he goes like, what? I got second place. She goes, no, you have to go up there and dive the way you want to. And ironically, he dove and he made huge splashes. He did terrible. I think he was like 5th or 6th place or something like that. But what's funny though is that because he was diving like that, the crowd loved it because he showed his own energy and he showed that he still loves it. And you know, even though his original thing was he just worried about not messing up for the team, he goes, you know, he realized that for him, diving is just the fun. It's just for fun. It's not supposed to be competitive. And he wanted to go out with a bang. So it's kind of cool that, you know, he dove the way he did. In general, everyone else was there. Pinky lost horribly, thank God, because, I mean, Pinky's arrogant as hell. I hate the fact that he's like the way he is. But I'm glad he lost. He fell on the one platform and then obviously could not do it well from there because obviously, you know, his points were terrible compared to Yoshiro. But, you know, I'll tell you guys and girls, look at this review. This review lasted 6 minutes because honestly, this is a great episode. It's very rare I see an episode this powerful. And you know what? I really will take it back, guys and girls. I am now excited for Dive. I want to see more episodes of the show and see if we can keep the momentum going for next week's episode and the following week's episodes. Anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Please let me know in the comments below, like always, what you think of this episode. What do you think of the show now? Were you like me? Did you hate the show? And all of a sudden you see this now and you're like, oh my god, this is great. Or do you still are on the fence with it? You don't think it's that great. Anyways, I will talk to you guys later. God bless you all. Bye-bye, everyone.